What's going on, everybody? Nick Lawson here from Squad, and this is episode 25 of your sports sponsorship tip of the week. All right, this week again, nitty gritty. What's nice is we're getting back to a point where we can get games going again. So now we can start thinking our sponsorship packages. What does that look like, right? How can we maximize the experience of getting games back, as well as how we can maximize the experience of getting fans to our partners and engaging with our partners. So the tip of the week, again, wartime consigliere, getting really tactical on this. What's interesting is there's always different paths to your games. You know, when I used to go to Raiders games from El Cerrito just north, you know, you're going to the BART station, you're catching BART, you're exiting at a certain point. If we're driving, through the highway, AA 680 going up or going south. What are those paths there? Because then what you can understand as we get fans back into stadiums, where you can set them up to be introduced and engaged with your sponsor. So the tip of the week is this: literally go to Google Maps and map out the pathways to your stadiums that most people will take. Then understand what sponsors you currently have on those paths, right? As well as sponsors who you maybe want to connect with moving forward, prospecting on those paths. The story that you can tell and engage and create there is you can create a page that suggests that fans, or even do a loyalty program if you have one, loyalty toward fans where they can earn points for stopping at those different points on the way to the game, the match, whatever that's going to be. But that's a perfect story to tell on the way to the game. Hey, don't forget to stop at Subway for your 3 hour before the game sub on the way to the tailgate. Don't forget to stop at this store to be able to get your new fan merchandise from your school or from your team. And again, you're telling that story of, as a fan, I'm planning what to do on the way to game day. How can I digitally, tell those stories that are going to connect with each person who takes that route? Me taking the BART, if we didn't have a ride to the Raiders game, is totally different than me jumping in a car, right? What does that experience look like from which cities they're coming from? And again, it feels localized to the fan, but also localized to the partner on that end. So tip of the week this week is a twofold. First, literally get a Google map, draw out the paths to your game day on that end. Maybe even find one that always gets too much traffic and you're giving a little hint, hey, why don't you go this way and connect with the partner here? Understand where your partners are placed on that side, and then literally create a game plan that fans can follow. Again, if you have a loyalty program or something like that, utilize that loyalty program to say, hey, stop by here, buy a sub, and you'll get this or this free thing or whatever that may be. But again, map out the paths to your game, find out where the sponsors are on that, and then be able to drive fans to that, both coming in and going out. And that's gonna be perfect. I mean, I'm even thinking of a restaurant sort of stimulus package where even if a restaurant's not a partner with you and doesn't have the money to necessarily, let's say, buy a $5,000, $6,000 package, you can go to that partner and say, hey, look, we do have this game day trail, to be posted on the game day trail. It's going to be $500 a month. And we'll just do month to month on that side. Does that sound good? That's something that a restaurant's gonna say yes to initially go. And then obviously from there, we're looking to upsell, we're looking to bring value on that end. And that's what a campaign like this, understanding your fan patterns to the game can really dictate how you're selling sponsorship. And as I've talked about before, get really flexible with the pricing. Cash flow is going to be down for a lot of businesses. Marketing budgets are going to be tightened. How can you show value on a smaller end, understanding that when you kill it for them, they're going to come back and spend more? This pathway to your game is a perfect opportunity. You're not selling signage in the stadium. You're not putting them above, let's say, a Subway that's spending a lot of money with you, where the prize on the path to the game day is a lot higher if you engage with them, but you're giving them an opportunity to be a part of your game day The path to the game is absolutely a part of your game day. What's that experience look like? How can we make that experience engaging with our sponsors, seamless for our fans, and almost gamify that road to the game so you start building patterns into every place that you're going to stop on the way to be able to engage. I know for Raiders games, there's an In-N-Out right near the Oakland airport. We're stopping at In-N-Out on the way if we're driving. That's where we're getting a pregame meal if we're not tailgating, with the Black Hole and the Raiders, who have great tailgates. But that's your tip of the week this week. Literally take a map it out, find those patterns and paths, see what sponsors fall on there. If it's an old one, integrate them in and drive people to that. If it's a new one, offer a smaller package so that you can sell those mini packages and generate revenue right now from a sponsor who normally would just say, I don't have the cash. $500 you're able to get in front of and maybe drive X amount of dollars to game day. In smaller communities, even minor league teams, that's gonna be huge because that's a big migration pattern on that end. So that's the tip of the week this week. Hope everybody's staying safe. Get out there, get prospecting, get thinking about new sponsorship activations. Games will come back pretty soon from what we're seeing. Start being really tactical about how you're building packages for that. And this is a great tool to do that. The Map It Out challenge is what I'm calling it. Map those game day pieces. Thanks so much for tuning in. Remember, keep pushing those limits within sports sponsorship.